Welcome to another edition of Sean's View Entertainment right here on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. November the 13th, 2005 is a day that will live on forever in the hearts of every single WWE fan, because on that day we lost one of the most beloved, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time in Eddie Guerrero. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been 8 years. I cannot believe this. 8 years to the day that Eddie Guerrero was found dead by Chavo Guerrero in a hotel room in Minneapolis. It is a day that I will never forget. It is a day that will live on, like I said, forever, because the fact of the matter is, when I went on WWE.com that morning and saw that Eddie Guerrero had passed away, I thought it was like a stunt. I actually didn't believe it at first. I was in disbelief, because I'm like, well, you know, Eddie Guerrero's going with the lying, the cheating, the stealing. He had that whole gimmick going on, and he lived up that gimmick pretty damn well. He won a lot of matches by lying, cheating, and stealing. He won a WWE Championship from Kurt Angle. Well, he retained it, and then he beat Brock Lesnar at No Way Out. And I'm just glad that, you know, Eddie Guerrero was able to be, you know, one of the headliners of WrestleMania 20. I'm glad Eddie Guerrero was able to become a WWE champion before his untimely passing. And today we're celebrating, we're gathering the life and times of Eddie Guerrero and the history and the mark that Eddie Guerrero left on the industry. Not only the WWE, he competed in all the major wrestling companies, from WCW to ECW to the WWE. Eddie Guerrero was with one of the most renowned factions, the Radicals. You know, I could be here forever and a day talking about all the trials, the tribulations, and the contributions that Eddie Guerrero left on the sports entertainment industry. But ladies and gentlemen, no words can ever amplify exactly what Eddie Guerrero meant to the professional wrestling industry. When he died that day, I mean, I was in tears. And, you know, when it really set in is when they did the celebrations on Raw and SmackDown. I'll never forget when Batista came down in Eddie Guerrero's car and put the World Championship on the car. I'll never forget when John Cena came down and put the WWE Championship on Eddie Guerrero's t-shirt, because Eddie Guerrero was just that. He was a true champion. And on the 8-year anniversary of Eddie Guerrero passing away, you can only speculate what Eddie Guerrero would be doing today, what Eddie Guerrero would be doing right now. What if he had another reign as a world champion? And you know what the thing about that is, speaking about another reign as a world champion, Eddie Guerrero was slated to be in, and if history serves me correctly here, you can correct me if I'm wrong, he was slated to be in a triple threat match, I think, with both Randy Orton and Batista. Or whatever the match was supposed to be, Eddie Guerrero was slated to become the new heavyweight champion of the world. And I was enjoying the hell out of that storyline with Eddie Guerrero and Batista. You know, Eddie Guerrero's allegiance, you know, would the real Eddie Guerrero please stand up? Was he trying to be a good guy? Was he trying to be a bad guy? Was he trying to be the middleman? We all know his last match was with Mr. Kennedy. It was in a winning effort. He lied, cheated, and stealed his way to victory, as only Eddie Guerrero can. So, you know, when you reflect and, you know, remember what Eddie Guerrero did, and, you know, what he passed on, and the tradition and the aftermath, and all the great funny moments, all the memorable matches, all the great mic work. I mean, Eddie Guerrero had it all. I mean, he had the look, he had the charisma, he had the mic work. You know, he was determined. He was a very hard worker. You know, Eddie Guerrero proved that, you know, hard work does pay off. And Eddie Guerrero, he is a man that came from being a nobody and established himself as one of the all-time greats. He is a WWE Hall of Famer. He is forever be known as Latino Heat. The late, great Eddie Guerrero, ladies and gentlemen, will live on in the WWE soul, the WWE Universe, and us fans forever. Viva La Raza. Thank you very much, Eddie Guerrero.